Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Friends and children in the Dhamma, welcome for our Saturday Dhamma talks. Today we are continuing with the 37 Enlightenment factors. And the subtopic that we began last week are the 5 faculties, Pañca Indriyas. We introduced them, the faculties, Indriyas that the Buddha has presented in his teachings and the meanings of them. So today we are focusing on the exact topic on the 5 faculties, Pañca Indriyas. Indra or Indriya means something which wield the lordship over some other things. Like kings and queens those days in the world wield their authority, lordship over their subjects. In the same manner, the 5 faculties, Pañca Indriyas that we are explaining, maintain an authority, lordship over the mind in the process of attaining to the liberation. The first ever faculty is Shraddha. Shraddha is basically Sanskrit. Saddha is Pali. Both means piety, confidence, and clarity. Now we have to have a clear explanation on this term because this is quite different to the belief. Shraddha is not a belief system. Shraddha is to have confident, to be confident on the teacher, his teachings, his disciples who followed his teachings, and the karma and its reactions or resultants. In another word, Shraddha is a faculty, an Indriya that we have to develop within us for the sake of governing mind and mental faculties towards Nibbana. With the belief, we have a different scenario. When you say, I believe, you are, in other words, saying that you do not know it. It is like a belief of a blind man on the light. A blind man with his belief on the light. Since he was born blind, he has never seen the light. He might be believing on light according to his views, according to the way he is thinking, education he got, all sorts of manner is included to his belief on light, but he will never see the light. He will be believing on light all his life, but there is no way that belief can bring him the light. What he need is a surgeon. What he need is a physician. A physician to open his eyes, to remove the cataract which is obstructing his vision. Then he starts seeing the light. After he starts seeing the light, the belief on the light vanishes. So this example clarifies the fact belief is always based on things which are unknown, alien, unknowable things to us. For example, heaven, hell, beliefs. Why we have to believe them? Because we will never see them while we are living. Only when we are dead and gone, there are hypothetical thinking that we will either go to hell or heaven. They are hypothetically based definitions, views. So Buddhism does not promote any kind of idea based on belief. Buddha says, come and practice, come and experience, ehi passiko. He does not say, come and believe. Come and experience this Dhamma. You can experience it in this life itself. So for something you can experience, you don't need to believe. What you need is confidence. If Buddha could experience it, why can't I experience it? That confidence must be there. That is what we have to nourish within us. The confidence towards the Buddha that as a human being, he could develop his consciousness to the top of the mountain of consciousness. If the consciousness is a mountain, Buddha climbed to the crescendo of it, to the top of it. In that crescendo of his consciousness, he found he is liberated. Now we are at the foot of the mountain. Do we have to believe about the top? We no need to believe. Only thing we have to develop a confidence within us that if another human being could climb it and reach to that Everest of consciousness, why can't I do it? I have to arm myself. I have to strengthen myself. I have to develop the physical and mental strength within so that I can climb without stopping in the middle. I can climb to the top of that mountain so that I can also get liberated. This confidence is not just towards the Buddha, but also towards yourself. So we have to have this clear understanding. Shraddha is not believing. You no need to believe in Buddha. you have to develop confidence towards the Buddha. Buddha would not sandwich us between hell and heaven. Buddha gave the real freedom to us when he taught everything is impermanent, everything is changing. What you are experiencing in this life is nothing but changing phenomena. What you will experience in your next life also changing. If there is hell, it is not forever, it is changing. Even though you are gone to hell, not forever, bound to come back, bound to return. So also the heaven. Heaven is not forever, not for eternity. It is also for temporary. If there is hell, heaven. So hell and heaven do not play a major role in Buddhism. They are temporary abodes. What matters is not to be feared about hell or not to crave for heaven, but to live this present moment to the fullest, experience the phenomena that the life is given to you to the fullest, and to comprehend them as they are. Comprehending the reality which is in the present moment, neither in the past nor in the future. The reality exists in the present moment, and when you comprehend that reality as it is, what will happen? You liberate from it. You do not crave for it. You do not create any attachment towards it. You are liberated from it. So the liberation is not something far away. In fact, liberation is depending on our own realization on it. Realization. You don't need to believe on that. You just have to attain to it. So belief system is alien to Buddhism, is not in the domain of Buddha's teachings. Confidence, Saddha, is what the Buddha taught us. So the first faculty that we should develop is confidence. Now people have misunderstood for love and for happiness as confidence. Remember, love and happiness arise because of the confidence, not they are the confidence, they are the Shraddha. They are not the Saddha, they are the byproducts of Saddha, love and happiness. Now, with the Pañca or wisdom gone, or without the Pañca or wisdom, the Saddha is useless. The Saddha is useless if you don't have the necessary wisdom. So the wisdom and Saddha should go together. They must be just like two wheels of a cart. These two wheels, if they are not in the same proportion, if they are not balanced, what would happen? This cart would go nowhere. And even if it is going somewhere, it will be a difficult journey. Shraddha, the confidence, Pañca, the wisdom, must be equalized. Put them in an equilibrium. If someone develops Shraddha to the fullest and has little wisdom, It is like becoming or making a wheel of a cart very big and the other wheel a small one. What would happen? The cart will rotate itself because one wheel is much bigger than the other wheel. The cart would go nowhere. No destination. That cart can be gone. So the confidence and wisdom should be put in equilibrium, in an equal positions, in our hearts, in our minds. Then that saddha is not blind. Then that saddha is not part of the ignorance. Today there are people, robed or not robed, in the Buddhism. They have come into Buddhism, maybe they have come with good intentions, but after some time, with the benefits that they gain, and with the vocal power, with the ability of speaking fluently and nicely, they pretend like Arahants, Buddhas. They misuse their abilities and change the Dhamma according to their whims and fancies. And they manipulate Buddhism for their benefit. These cunning men can be powerful as long as there are people who have devotion, who have Shraddha, but no Pañca, the wisdom. Whatever you hear, apply your practical way of looking at things or your wisdom to understand the reality as it is. Do not just grasp the words and accept them as they are and blindly follow them. Observe the reality in them, the truth in them. Observe them in different aspects. Then those conmen cannot deceive you. Otherwise, it is like a blind leading other blinds. No one goes to the desired, expected destination. Everybody is lost. The one who is leading lost, the ones who are following lost. So the confidence, saddha, if misunderstood, it becomes a belief. It becomes a blind faith. Therefore, that Shraddha must be accompanied with wisdom. The wisdom is not the knowledge. Knowledge has nothing to do with the wisdom. Knowledge is the ability of by-hearting, ability of memorizing. The base for knowledge is that. The base for wisdom is ability of penetrative observing, penetrative thinking, clear thinking, clear observing, right view. So we should not misunderstand knowledge for wisdom. Knowledge, anybody can gain it if he is to continue to focus on a certain subject area. As time passed by, he become knowledgeable on it. Knowledgeability is anybody's domain, but not the wisdom. Wisdom is a byproduct of yoniso manasikara, right reflection, right contemplation, wise contemplation, which is a part of the vipassana, which is a part of observing everything as impermanent, changing, misery, dukkha, and non-self, anatta. So, Shraddha, confidence, is the first faculty, also the first step that one has to take towards the Nibbana as a faculty. And it should be mindfully absorbed. Now, there are two types of Shraddha. Shraddha in the weaker level, we call it the weak confidence, the weak Shraddha. People with weak Shraddha, what do? They do meritorious deeds like generosity, practicing dana, observing precepts, other physical activities. But this weak Shraddha is not enough for them to meditate. The strong confidence, strong Shraddha is the key for one to enter into the practice of meditation. With a weak Shraddha, if someone joins meditation, he won't last, he won't continue. The desires, the defilements would rise up, and he doesn't have the necessary weapon, arm within him to fight with those defilements with a weaker Shraddha. He would give up meditation very soon, very fast. I have seen many people, maybe they have learnt about meditation with the reading of books. Maybe they have heard that meditation is so good. They come to meditation. But they cannot continue. They won't continue. They give up as fast as they began. As soon as they began. They give up very fast. The reason is simple. They don't have these faculties. These faculties in the necessary force, in necessary strength, is a need for the continuing application of meditation. Saddha, Virya, Sati, Samadhi, Pañca. Saddha, the confidence, Virya, energy, Sati, mindfulness, Samadhi, concentration, and Pañca, wisdom. These faculties basically helps one to develop his spiritual path to the supramundane stages. Now, Saddha basically helps one to attain Sotapanna. The Sotapanna, the first stage of sainthood, is attained via the application of Saddha as a faculty to the top level, to the strongest level. We will talk about it. So, the weak Saddha, which many have, they engage upon those meritorious deeds like charity, like observing precepts, social works, giving service, transferring merits, sharing merits, listening to Dhamma also. This is based on weak Shraddha. That Shraddha should be developed gradually to a strong Saddha. And that strong Shraddha can direct a person to practice meditation continuously, non-stop, until he sees or experience certain results out of it, achieve a result. Now, what is the sign of Saddha? How do you know? How do we know when there is Saddha? The sign of Saddha is that you find the delight and happiness in it. Now, for example, when you are sharing something with somebody else, maybe someone higher than you, in the spiritual sense, spiritually higher than you, you share something with that person with a devotion, with a respect. You share something with that person. How do you feel? Are you enjoying it? If you are enjoying that sharing, that means you have that Saddha there. The confidence is there. That is why you are enjoying it. Some people, they just share with the people who are in the same level. Family members, neighbors, kith and kin, friends. They enjoy it. That is because they are confident in those people. And they are enjoying it. And some people, they share something they have with the people who are lower than them. Then, based on what do they share with the people who are less fortunate, less rich, based on poverty, those people, homeless, you share something with them and you enjoy it. Why you enjoy it? Because your confidence is there with them. Based on the confidence, only you can do a meritorious deed. No confidence, no Saddha, there is no way that you can engage in a meritorious deed. But this meritorious deed is based on weaker Shraddha, not a strong Saddha. Now this weak Saddha should be enhanced. How can we enhance them? The key or the secret behind the development of Saddha is knowledge. More you know about it, more you have the knowledge about it, more confidence arises in you. For example, confidence towards Buddha, Lord Buddha. More you learn the knowledge about Buddha, his virtues, that the Blessed One, Araham, Samma Sambuddho, Araham, accomplished, Samma Sambuddho, perfectly enlightened, Vijacharana Sampanno, possessor of wisdom and virtue, conduct, Sugato, he is well gone to the Nibbana. Lokavidu, knower of worlds, Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati, incomparable tamer of the people, of the persons to be tamed. Sattha Deva Manusana, teacher of gods and humans. Buddho, enlightened, Bhagava, blessed. And his teaching, Swakato, well proclaimed. Akaliko, with no time, you are to experience the result if you practice Dhamma. Akaliko, Sandittiko, in the present moment itself, in the present life itself, you are to experience the Dhamma, the results of the Dhamma practice. and his disciples, Supatipanno, they have entered the good path. Ujjupatipanno, the straight path. Nyayapatipanno, they have entered the wise path. Samichipatipanno, they have entered the proper path. Like this, when you are to learn these virtues of Tripajam, and when you are to reflect on them, contemplate on them repeatedly, and when you are getting absorbed in these beautiful virtues of Tripajam, little by little, you will find that you develop such a great confidence towards the Tripajam. And this confidence, strong confidence, teaches you that these noble human beings achieved their nobility via meditation. Only through meditation they achieved this. And there is no way that if you are to practice meditation, you also can attain to the same nobility. There is no way it is not to happen. It is to happen, for sure to happen. No one is ever get disappointed in meditation. Some or other beneficial results are to be achieved by anyone who get into meditation. This confidence get the people into meditation and continue to practice on the meditation until they find themselves certain beneficial results. So the confidence is to bring you to the practice, not for anything else, not for the offerings to Buddha. We are developing confidence towards the Buddha for our own benefit, not Buddha's benefit. Buddha has already reached to his destination. He doesn't need our respect, our veneration. He is Buddha unto himself. He is the enlightened master. Whether we respect or disrespect him, his status never goes down or goes up. He is established there. We are the one who needs to be established. Now, for this establishment of ours, we need to have a certain confidence on it. Otherwise, when you close your eyes and start practicing, there is just darkness. Darkness and darkness, nothing else. And in this darkness, you are bound to lose your confidence. You are bound to give up your meditation because this is just darkness. And moreover, the defilements within you, the ignorance, the craving for sense pleasures, and all sorts of desires started coming up and discouraging you to stop this nonsense. Go and enjoy your life. That's what they come and tell you when you start practicing. Now, if you don't have that confidence within you as your beacon light to continue your practice, because there is hope. you are bound to give up your practice. The beacon light must be there. The confidence must be there for you to continue. I can achieve this because as a human being, Gautam Siddhartha, the prince, he achieved this. Why can't I? And thousands of, hundreds and thousands of his followers achieved the same thing. Why can't I? That confidence, strong confidence, should be there for one to continue his practice. And when he is practicing, he can himself understand whether I am having enough confidence with me for me to continue practicing. How can he understand? Delight, happiness. Are you happy when you are meditating? Are you delightful in your meditation? That's the criteria. That's the measurement you have to make yourself to understand whether I have enough confidence, enough shraddha with me to continue my practice. If you don't have that shraddha, you can understand yourself, I don't have enough shraddha for this. What you have to do is learn more. Learn more of this Buddhism. Learn more of Buddha's teachings, his virtues, and contemplate on them. Contemplate on them. The easiest way to develop confidence in Buddha is to contemplate on his virtues that I just mentioned. The virtues mentioned in the Itipiso, Bhagava, Arahang, Samma, Sambuddho, etc. These virtues, when you contemplate them, does your mind absorb in it? Does your mind feel so happy? Then you know you have the confidence towards the Buddha. The delight, the happiness that arises in your heart when you contemplate on the virtues of Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, whatever area of these triple gems, if you are feeling so delightful, so happy, it is like your mind is absorbed in these virtues. It means you have that confidence, that strong confidence. This is a simple test anyone can do and check. He can check whether he has the right or enough confidence for him to initiate practice. That's why, many people who doesn't know about Buddha and his teachings, they come and start practicing in temples, in monasteries. They don't last long. They don't continue. They give up. Very fast they give up. Why? No confidence, no shraddha. So we have to understand this shraddha very clearly, otherwise we will be doing something called ignorant activities. Ignorant doings will be there from us because of the lack of confidence or the wrong confidence. One bhikkhuni, she wanted to do an offering to Lord Buddha. She had a beautiful golden statue. So she wanted to offer some incense to Lord Buddha. And she got a pack of incense And she did not want the fragrance of these incense to go anywhere else other than the Buddha. So only the Buddha is the receiver of that fragrance. She wanted to make it sure. So what did she do was, she took a kind of a material, rolled it and make it like a connection, yeah, and in one corner she lighted those candles and put this connection, the pipe, and then to the Buddha. So all the fumes of these incense are now gone towards the Buddha. Can you imagine what happened? That golden beautiful Buddha image became blackened. It was blackened completely, because all the fumes of this incense directed, going through that pipe to the Buddha. Confidence. Misunderstood confidence. Do no good to anyone, only the harm. Yeah. Once there was a monk, he was walking up and down, and a female devotee, she came to temple in the evening. She was sweeping the temple grounds, and then she saw this monk pacing up and down. She had this great joy in her heart when she saw this monk, and she wanted to pay respect. But she is having a broom in her hand, nowhere to lean this broom against. So what did she do was, she leaned this broom against the monk and then paid respect to him. Hilarious. These things people do. Unpractical, sometimes harmful, unbeneficial deeds are done because of the wrongly conceived confidence. So the confidence we have to understand very clearly, the Shraddha. This is the authentic Buddha's introduction of Shraddha. He said, it is the confidence you develop within you towards the Master, towards the enlightened being, his teaching and his disciples who have practiced and experienced the same goal as their Master. You develop confidence on them for the sake of your own development in the meditation. Because in the meditation, you need the best of confidence. In that aloneness, in that darkness, in your practice of meditation, until you find the light and get enlightened by it yourself, the light provided is the confidence, Saddha. Because of this confidence, you can carry on. You can carry on. You can continue without any hesitation. Now, those days when those noble people, when they get ordained, they go to the Buddha after initial practices, they asked the Buddha to give them a practice, an object for their meditation. After they get their object of meditation, they don't hang around the Buddha. They go away. They go away somewhere to practice, to find a suitable place, suitable location, and they continue practicing on that given object of meditation. No matter what happens, they ignore them, because they have the utmost confidence towards the Buddha that Lord Buddha knows me better than I know myself. They have this utmost confidence towards the Buddha. Because of that confidence, the distractions are not taken into account much. They ignore those distractions and continue practicing on the object of meditation given to them. They don't go back to Buddha and disturb him continuously when those distractions arise. The reason that they continue practicing on the given object, because of the confidence. Today it doesn't happen. It is not happening. You cannot find it. That kind of confidence. When something goes wrong, when some distractions happen, people rush to the teacher and complain to him. Have you given me the right object for meditation? You are not an arahant. You are not a Buddha. How can you be so sure about the object of meditation given to me? All sorts of questions, all sorts of arguments are happening because of the lack of confidence. In the midst of these questions and arguments, lack of confidence, they forget to meditate, which is the needed fact, which is what is needed. They forget to meditate. Those days, those meditators, they had this utmost confidence towards the Buddha. Distractions happen. Sometimes no result, even after a lifetime of practicing, but yet they don't give up. Continue practicing, because Buddha knows me better than I know myself. He knows what is the suitable object for me. That confidence is there. That confidence helped them to continue practicing. And the confidence that I can achieve liberation one day. I can achieve those virtues that those other noble individuals achieved. This confidence. As a faculty, as a Indriya, direct other mental concomitants towards the same directions. That's why Buddha says, as a faculty, you should develop this confidence within you. Gradually, little by little, beginning with the confidence towards those meritorious deeds like charity, morality, and other social works. Then you acknowledge yourself on the teachings of Buddha and the virtues of Buddha. You learn more of Buddhism. The beautiful thing in Buddhism is when it is opened, when it is investigated, when it is learnt, the confidence grow up. Buddhism shines in the open, not in the darkness. Buddhism shines in the open, not when it is hiding. Buddha says, my teachings shines when it is questioned, when it is investigated, when it is discussed, when it is learnt, not when it is hiding, like a moon hiding behind the clouds. My teaching doesn't shine when it is hidden. So, more you learn the teachings of Buddha and his virtues, you bound to develop a great confidence towards him as the soul master, as the noble master who guided in the past, who are guiding in the present, and who will guide in the future the other human beings to liberation. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the Shraddha is very much necessary for the attainment of the first stage of supramundane path, which is Sotapanna, the stage of stream entry. Now there are Sotapanna Anga. The factors of Sotapanna. In Anguttara Nikaya, they have given a list of these Sotapanna Anga, the factors of Sotapanna, factors of stream entry. They are association with the Kalyana Mitta. That is the first factor to develop within us in the process of achieving Sotapanna, the stage of stream entry. Association with the noble friends. Second one, listening to the Dhamma. Listening to the Dhamma, because those days the only method of acquiring knowledge on the Dhamma was listening. The second one. The third one is act with Yonisu Manasikara. We call it right reflection or wise reflection. Whenever you see something, you apply this wisdom to it. What is that? It is impermanent, it is suffering, and it is non-self. In this world, none of the phenomena which are occurring in us, on us, around us, that cannot put in these three categories. Everything is happening based on these three categories. Everything that are happening can be put in these three categories. They are impermanent, anicca. If you hold on to them, they create in you nothing but misery, dukkha. And since they are impermanent and creating misery, you cannot say my or mine. They are anatta, no self. So wise reflection is that. This is the reflection that you should develop on the way to the attainment of Sotapanna. Then comes the Dhammena Dhamma Patipada. Dhammanu Dhamma Patipada. That means following the spiritual teachings of Buddha in accordance with the directions which is leading to supramundane. So these four types of angas, four types of factors, parts are called Sotapanna Anga. Parts or factors of stream entry. These four four factors are practiced based on the confidence, Shraddha, that one develops. So the Shraddha from the weak point to the strong point, so that he can meditate. In this meditation, he develops these four factors of Sotapanna: association with the noble friends, listening to the Dhamma, and Yoniso Manasikara, wise reflection, and then Dhammanu Dhamma Patipada, following the path of the Dhamma. Yeah. These four factors of Sotapanna are practiced based on confidence. That is the topmost level of confidence. To practice these four factors of Sotapanna until one achieves that first stage of Sotapanna. So these are the things I wanted to talk about today, about the first faculty in the 5 spiritual faculties in the 37 enlightenment factors. Okay, with that we conclude this talk. All the merits that we share, let's share with our departed ones and the Devas. May all the Devas and our departed ones be rejoiced with our merits. Let's share merits. Akasatta ca bummatta devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu loka sasanam. Akasatta ca bummatta devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu loka sasanam. Akasatta ca bummatta devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu loka sasanam. Idamme ñātenang hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Idamme ñātenang hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Idamme ñātinang hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Blessings for you. Dukkharoga bhayavera soka sabbe upaddava anekantarayapi vinassantu ca tejasa. Jaya siddhi dhanang labhang satti bhagyan sukham balang siriyayu ca vanno ca bhogang uddhi ca yasava. Satavassaja ayucha jiva siddhi bhavantu te. Ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha. Atho nibbana sampatti iminate samijjatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.